Welcome back.
Welcome to the anniversary, 100 episode anniversary. Clap for us. Snaps. I'm not gonna actually do snaps because it's annoying.
Sorry.
Yeah. So snaps to us, snaps to Raul, slaps to Farouk. We've been doing this for now 100.
Oh my god.
Goddamn TAE Time episodes.
I would like to claim that the first few don't count, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Farouk insisted we keep them.
Yes,
so.
as we should, because imagine, like, once again, like this episode is probably going to be boring to anyone who's new, boring to most people, but it's going to be interesting for the people who have been here with us.
Which is like, what, a whole two of them?
Yeah, since like way back
way back.
like, in I can't remember the name of the app.
Stereo.
Yes, Stereo.
Stereo days.
So like, obviously.
My heart's a stereo.
Stop. Since Stereo, episode 1, where it was like, episode 1, the title, you know the title? Relationships,
If you know, obviously.
Yeah, we literally have been doing, like, we thought we would be like a relationship podcast. We thought we'd try to break into that market and like do that. But no, it was never happening because God knows I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny? Because that episode has a lot of, listens, right? In comparison to the others. And it's so funny to me because it clearly tells me that people come across us, go to the first episode to try to see what we're about. And they're like, what the heck is this? And then they just don't listen to the rest. But it's like, you don't know when the quality gets good, versus the phone call.
It's episode 23.
But most people aren't going to sit there through 23
Yeah,
episodes,
but once they go through episode YouTube, like, also, I'd like to think, that, and this is one thing I was going to say, like, I like to think, personally, we've been good from the get-go. Like, forget about the quality of the audio. Okay, that's a different story, right? But we're talking about interesting.
No, I'm going to be real with you, right? If there's a podcast that I like, and there's a very specific influencer that I really, really like, I
know who she's talking about.
You
Maybe I should put on blast.
No, but love her so much. But her podcast, like, the audio is just
ass.
Like, it's just
even I heard it one time
good.
and I was like, this is ass. This is terrible. I was like, you probably have money and you probably have a sound engineer there.
Yes.
And I'm a random software engineer and I'm doing this with what are you doing?
I mean, you should know you're a software engineer. No, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's so frustrating when you're trying to listen to a good podcast, especially someone that you like, and or they have a guest that you like, and the audio is just like making a weird.
Maybe we have to redo the original episodes word for word, bar for bar, and re-upload them, kind of like, But yeah, no, no, not interested in doing that. You know what? We might actually do that.
We're not doing that.
I think we might actually, not bar for bar, but like redo that.
Like redo the
episode and just but like obviously we wouldn't release it that like as a week. We would actually just redo it and upload it, because you can actually do that. You can edit the audio for the video, the things you have updated. You can do that. So I think I saw it on.
But if you did that, all the views would go, right? All the listens would go.
Well, no, because you update the audio. I don't know. I have to actually look into it and see if we can do without like ruining it. We might actually do that, and then it'd be like something that we'll shout out on Instagram, and like our real listeners will enjoy, because then that means each week you'll get like technically 2 episodes, like a redone episode, and then like a whatever. But and maybe our thoughts, some we won't redo, obviously, for whatever reasons, but
like, you know what's crazy?
Maybe
it's not just like 100 episodes. It's like it's 100 weeks.
Yeah, which is insane.
That is 2 years.
Yeah, 100. Like, well, technically 4 more episodes, and then it's gonna be 2 years because it's 52 weeks in a year, Nicoletta. But okay.
Wait, no.
Yeah, they're 52 weeks in a year.
Oh, and we haven't. But we've done more than,
no, 104 would be fit.
Yes,
would
like,
be 2 years.
But
technically, without getting into specifics.
But the thing is, I do want to get into specifics, because technically we've been on the podcast grind.
Yes,
for a year.
Because
for 1 year.
Yeah, for 1 year, and we've been doing this technically for 2 years, with a little bit of like a break in between when we were doing the break was in between when we went from audio only to video as well. Yeah. And so you can see our lovely faces, even though I have no trim in literally majority of the episodes. I know it's really funny because like this is something we talked about before. I do not give a shit about coming on here with a trim. I even though you guys see me every week, and this goes on the internet and millions or billions of people see this.
Billions is crazy.
I generally don't ever care. But then like if I want to like go to, let's say, on a holiday, you would never catch me dead going there without a trim, you know? So like that says something about how much I'm comfortable with you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
That's different because I do remember even at the start of the episodes, like I didn't even put makeup on or anything. Now I regret it because now I look back and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, we switch sides.
Oh my God. But like it's true, you know, when like Farouk said some videos hit like 100K, 200K, 500K, and your face is just on blast, and it's like, hold on, like people are looking at me, but it doesn't matter what I have on my face because men are still gonna hate me.
She loves that one.
So that's my favorite.
I think everybody hates everybody. Let me not lie. The internet is like one thing we've also learned before doing this for 100 episodes is like, well, I already knew this because I grew up on the internet, but the internet is a cesspool of people. Cesspool. Like the people who comment are usually the people like who have nothing better to do. Like not the people who actually like you and comment. I mean like the people who don't even know you and like they're not even like when they like it's a different thing about commenting on the topic that is on hand. I mean like, oh my God, I disagree with your points. I agree with your points. Whatever. And just being like, skip everything you're talking about. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck everything.
I don't care what you're talking about. You look disgusting.
You know, it's like, well, I guess that has so much to do with me, you know, and whatever. But it is what it is. Honestly, like, I really couldn't care less. Like once again, like, Nicoletta over here, she be reading comments and stuff and doing whatever.
That's because a lot of the times I interact because like a good page interacts with the.
See how she tried to take shots at me, being like, "Oh my God!"
No. What I mean is like there are times or like pages or whatever who never respond with the fan. I don't want to say fan base because I don't see it as fan behavior. It's like people that are want to comment or interested or whatever, right? Because they might not even follow you.
Yeah.
Like they'll just comment once and you'll never see them
most people who comment don't even follow us.
That's the thing. Do you know what? Sorry, sidetrack. But there's a video we posted recently that got like 200K views, right? The video has like 10,000 likes, and the first comment has 22,000 likes. And I'm like, that is just not fair.
Wait, what? Like, the video has 10,000 likes, and the comment has... So we got ratioed.
Yeah.
We got ratioed. Wow. So we literally got ratioed. That's a ratio, like, you know? What did they say? They say something bad about us?
No. It was like an opinion on about the story. And that's always going to get more likes because it's like people are in the comments.
So
fighting.
Like you had time to open the comment and then read the comment and then like the comment, but you didn't have time to like the comment, like the video, open the comment and then do, okay, interesting.
But it's like our page isn't even there. You know what I mean? Like we're not the main focus.
It's just like a transportation system for them to get from one content to another, like, you know.
So in the 100 episodes, what would you say the highlight has been for you?
Chatting shit, let me not lie. You see, I think I just enjoy doing this because I just like talking. Anyone who knows me knows I like to just talk. I don't like to chat. Chat there, you know?
That's funny because you're very quiet.
Yes, but like I think I'm like talking about things. So I'm a quiet person. Like anyone who knows, I always say I'm an extroverted introvert, right? Because like I'm very extroverted. You never think I'm an introverted person, but realistically, I actually like I like chilling. I like don't get me wrong. I love exploring. I love traveling. I love all of those things. Like get me there. But at the same time, I'm also like I have a social battery. Like there's only so much I can do consistently over.
And it crashes badly. You know? He crashes quite badly.
Yeah, I just stopped caring eventually. I zone out. But like the thing is, once I'm invested in the topic, someone gives me something that I like, my brain goes, bring, that's interesting. I like talking about it. I like discussing it. I like doing XYZ.
So are you saying that every topic that's been brought to this table has been interesting to you?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a shitty topic. Let me not lie. I think
I've done good.
Damn, her, as if it wasn't both of us, but yeah.
I mean, most of it has been me.
To be fair, percentage-wise, if you were to break it bar for bar, it's probably like 60-40. Like I brought like 40% of the topic, she's brought 60% of the topic. So like yeah, and but no, fair play. Like she's done a lot, and obviously like I'm obviously gonna bring topics I'm interested in. Like, but it's one thing for someone else to bring some topics you're interested in and be able to talk about them. So like definitely it is one of those things, and I think that's definitely been the highlight for me for 100 episodes. Just like kind of like being able to just put my thoughts out there into the world, which is something I like doing in the first place about things. So definitely. And I have a second follow-up one, but I will let you say your one first.
Oh, no, you say it because I have two as well.
Okay, that makes sense. And then my second one definitely is, I once again, this is something that's going to surprise people. I think it has definitely helped me come out of my shell a lot more in the sense of I am terrible. Like I hate like anyone who knows me. Once again, it's so weird. I really hate social media. Like I don't like taking photos. I hate being on this side of the camera. I like being on the other side of the camera. I like taking photos. I like taking videos. I always feel like artistic inspirations of like shots and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And he's
really good.
You know, and then I do that. But I hate being on this side. Like I don't feel comfortable. I never felt comfortable in front of the camera ever since I was young, which is very funny because anyone who knows me from primary school knows that is the complete opposite. I was always trying to be like the lead play, like in the plays we would do, the lead role in the plays we do when we were younger, all those things. I loved doing that when I was young. I loved doing it so much. I loved being like the lead actor or either the narrator. I loved being in front and being center stage. And I do enjoy public speaking, but there's a difference between public speaking and like being the lead role in a play, and then I don't know, recording myself and putting this on the internet. That seems such a weird. I don't know.
So like, what would you say is like the difference between being a lead role in a play at school versus being in front of the camera on social media?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I think it has to do with the fact of when growing up, I saw social media as just like a dumpster fire, you know, like as a thing. Like I just like everyone's used like, oh, I know it sounds so bad. Like I just thought I was above it. Like I literally thought I was like when I was younger, like growing up, like I thought I was above social media. I was just like, all I saw around me was like dummy dum-dums posting on social media, and I
make such a good clip.
You know, I know, and they're gonna roast me, like, but all I saw was dummy dum-dums posting on social media, and I was like, I never want to be a dummy dum-dum,
right?
On posting on social media, right? And I was just like, oh my god, like all these people trying to like post their clout, and I think it comes back with the mentality. I really hate that whole clout chasing mentality. I hate trying to be like the person, like, you know, everyone's trying to be the it person, the whatever. I hate that mentality. I feel like, you know, I feel like you can try to be a leader, but then there's a difference between trying to, because that's one thing I do enjoy. I like being a leader, right? But I hate, like, I feel like being a leader and trying to be like the social media person, like girlier guy, is just cringe.
But like, that's interesting to me because the people that you follow have none of those characteristics. Like say there's like Gox Art, who has a lot of artistic vision and posts a lot of his art. Say even Philip DeFranco, he does his own thing, but like, you know, PewDiePie, whatever. But none of them are really like, you know, trying to be the it person.
Absolutely.
So I don't know why you would think that.
I know, but I think it has to stem from just people around me. But then as I grew up, I got out of that, like, and I was like realized that social media is like more of like a driving tool, and the way you, like any tool you the way you use it is whatever, and the way you accept yourself and the people you accept yourself to is what makes a difference. Like take for example, I have very good friends who try to be like social media stars, and they are social media famous. Shout out to you, like on and stuff and so on like that. Like, and they do really well. And like even like, you know, you heard their stories of being like, oh, people used to be like, oh my god, you're so like, you know,
cringe,
like, you know, cringe, like, oh my god, this is, you know, so like whatever and all those things. But in reality, they were like, I was like, oh, you go get your bread, you try what your thing is, you know, and you do that, and like seeing that people trying to do that really changed my perspective on it. Like, yo, this is actually kind of cool. I like that people are trying to do things for themselves and do whatever. Like, obviously, there's still part of me that there is certain type of content that I'm just like, that's cringe. Like, when I say cringe, I don't mean like cringy. I mean like it's forced. It seems too forced to me, right? And I feel like that's when I feel like there's a mismatch between that person and what they're trying to do, right? Kind of thing. And so, and I never really wanted to be that. So I think me being in this has really let me be like, okay, I understand kind of like a little bit better of the social media world, kind of how it goes. And two, like, I realized that obviously like me in person and me online are two kind of different people, but I try to be as honest to myself as I am, as authentic as I could be, so that like who you meet in the streets and who you see on this is like as close to one as possible. Obviously, like it'll never be 1-to-1, but like it's as close as possible. And so like I think I do like that as a highlight, that I have definitely become a lot more like social media aware and you know, like more comfortable in front of the camera, which is funny because I said like the moment I got in front of the camera I never even cared. Like literally watch our first episode of video, I didn't give a shit about the camera, and I don't, but at the same time I do. It's such a weird dynamic, but it is what it is. But I've been rambling for enough. Come on.
You've grown. For me, the highlight, I think you touched on a really good point about being able to talk about whatever we want. So it's kind of just being like point of contact that we meet at every single week, or just sit down or whatever multiple times a week if we're recording in advance, and we just kind of talk about whatever we want. And that's just been such a like nice freedom to do. And with that kind of came things like being proud of what we have, right? It's not a huge podcast, like, and I don't care, you know. I'm like, I'm so proud of our baby. And I remember, I think I was saying before, like, the first thing that I said in my interview, my current job, when this was 2 years ago, when we just started, I was telling the CEO, because he like talked to me, I was like, oh yeah, I have a podcast, you know. And like, I've just grown to be more and more proud of our little baby, even though like we started off with nothing. We're still not big, but it's still like there's been growth, and I still feel like it's her little baby, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, it's just so nice to be able to talk whatever we want, and I just take a lot of pride in that. That's been a huge highlight. And then a personal highlight for me too, not regarding social media like you, but I think it's made me a lot more confident, like, as a person, and putting like my thoughts and ideas out there. And I think a lot of times I didn't even know how to verbalize my own
like
thoughts,
what you wanted, or so on and so forth. Yeah.
And I think this podcast helped me to shape my own opinions, and whether that be through reading you guys' comments on Instagram on different, you know, stories, or talking to other people who listen and they give their opinion, or I'm like, okay, it's kind of help me shape the way I think and verbalize the way like I feel. So it's had a really positive impact that way.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's made me a lot more confident. I think I was always really like shy.
Yeah.
I still am. I'm a very shy person.
But you just gotten confident overall, not even just from the podcast, like over like in your day to days, like, you know, like definitely like, you know, like deep, like even work, stuff like that. I know, like, I think that's a growth thing, you know, absolutely. Definitely shows a big thing in your character. And I obviously, like, this is like the biggest level of public speaking, like literally having to put yourself in front of literally anyone and everyone.
I couldn't do it in front of people.
You know, no.
I have no problem with it, but like in front of actual real people.
Do you think, like, let's say like this place does blows up, like eventually you're gonna have to do like maybe like live shows. Like how do you feel like you would come to terms with that? Like in front of, like, let's say like somehow the TAE Time Podcast becomes millions. Oh my God, everybody wants to listen, and they're like a live show, and we fill out like some massive place with thousands of people. How would you feel with that?
That makes my belly hurt. I don't know.
Well, you guys got it here first. No live shows, guys. Sorry. Nicola's not able for it. It makes her belly hurt.
I'm definitely very like scared of it. I think I'm just, like I said, I'm a very shy person, right? And the thing is, even in school or whatever, like presentations were always super scary. Then I kind of got over it. I became more confident. I'm like, okay, I'll just sit in front of the class, say this. But with a live show, it's like, it's your own thing, right? So you have to talk about like yourself, your podcast, make it entertaining.
At the same
and that's
time,
a lot on your shoulders. I think it'd be fine because you're there.
I think I would thrive so well in that
I think you would,
because I really enjoy public speaking. I love it. I love public speaking. Like every time, like there was one time I had to do a speech in front of like, I think it was like a few hundred people or whatever. This was when I was secondary school or whatever. And when they said, oh yeah, you do, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like I fucking loved it. Like I love doing that. Like I think as I said, I'm very good for public speaking. I enjoy doing that. So like if you guys were thousands of people, I'd just have a laugh, you know, I'd have fun with it, you know. But obviously we have to get Nicola to talk. It's two of us, like, you know, obviously, and we'd have people on and we try to make it interesting. But definitely it is that. But then what would you then looking back on like 100 episodes, this is a more interesting, saucy one. What do you wish we did differently though? Like what do you think was either low point or we did differently?
I wish we deleted this first few episodes to begin with.
That doesn't count. That one, that's not that low.
I really wish we started off with our social media clips a lot earlier, because I remember being very, very persistent when we were doing just audio that we need clips. So I was trying to take clips from our recorded calls, and they were really long, and I was trying to go through them. But it's so important for growth to see humans on screen
as well.
You know, whether you're reading a story or having a conversation, whatever it is, that's so important to lure people in. And I was very, like, I really wish we started earlier, because we did start at a good point.
Yeah,
but if we had started earlier,
we missed the free TikTok views.
That's it.
Like our
I experienced that.
Yeah, like TikTok,
personally.
our TikTok is struggling to like kind of like grow, you know, kind of thing. Like some people be like, oh my god, but you guys have like 20K followers. Like that's
Girl.
like in comparison to like Nicoletta's 140K on her account that she hardly ever uses. Well, she uses now, so go check out her page, Nicoletta.nb. But yeah, no, like back then when TikTok was just giving everybody views, if we had the videos we had now, especially like we would have been one of the first few people as well to have Reddit stories as well.
Reddit stories
as well. So like we would have been well early before the hype. But you know the thing is, it might have not taken off either because it might have been before the hype of the Reddit stories and people weren't into it yet. You know.
But the thing is, there's always has to be someone at the head of it, right?
Yeah, obviously,
like,
you know. But
doesn't matter.
yeah, like it would have been pretty interesting and like because if you think about it, is it what's the name of them? Is it Two Hot Takes?
Shits and gigs.
No, Two Hot Takes.
Oh, the girls.
Yes. They did that, and like a lot of people knew them for that. Low key, we did it first, but that's a different story. But yeah, no, like they got really big because of that, you know, and they just do Reddit stories.
And do you know what? Actually, recently someone commented on one of our clips, and they were like, "You're missing the main element of this clip, your opinion on the story." And like, we actually haven't done opinions on stories in such a long time.
Yeah, but that's because I think we haven't done Reddit stories in a long time.
We always have Reddit stories.
Like we
just
read
not
Reddit stories.
Up with our opinion.
Yeah, we read it for social media, but we haven't done it like an actual episode with it. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I guess it gets to a point where, and like, obviously, this is something like I have no problem talking about a podcast, but it's like, I guess for me, it's kind of one of those things like, if we end up doing a full on like Reddit story, like let's say like in a week we do an episode and we read Reddit stories, and then we also read, because like reading Reddit stories alone is already like the length of half an episode. Yes. Like each time it's like around 15-20 minutes, right? Yes. If you add our things, it's bringing up to around 40-50 minutes, like more than likely 50 minutes. Usually those Reddit episodes are like 15 minutes, right? So that's a whole nother episode on its own that I feel like, yes, it's good, and like we like, let's be honest, guys, we actually have actual jobs.
Yeah, we have full-time jobs,
you know, and stuff like, so like not only would those be like extra clips that Nicola would also have to edit and stuff like that, it's also like it feels like it's a whole episode, like a whole extra week we save. So I feel like if we do a whole Reddit episode where we give our opinion and also read the things, that's like, I would rather that be a full episode and us get a week of extra time to give us leeway, whether extra Reddit episode as an extra time for her to edit the clips, or extra time for us to like think of ideas of what we're going to do for the next episode, and even just give us breathing room, you know, like kind of thing. So like that's kind of like where I come from it. Obviously, like if it was more like, let's say we were actually kind of like, this was a full-time job, absolutely, like I was about to say, like
if I were to quit my job, I could 100% do so many different things.
We would be able to do that, but like obviously because we still have our, like we literally have our own jobs, we have our own life, we also have our own side gigs, all those things. It's a situation where it's like, damn, like I love the podcast, but there's also, I still have to like live my own life.
That's the thing, and like, you know, the thing is, you make it work because we have been making it work, and I feel like, could there be more effort put into it? Yes, there could always be more effort. There is still more time in the day, but after, say, I wake up at 5:30, I go to the gym, I edit the podcast, I start work. By the end of it, I don't even want to look at a screen anymore. Like, I don't want to edit anymore. I don't want to use my brain anymore. So it's just like, oh, could I do it after work? Yes, I could, but I don't want to anymore.
Exactly. Like, it literally ends up tripling the workload, because like not only do you have to edit the actual podcast, you have to edit the clips for the Reddit, but then also edit the opinions for there. There's 3 sets of things for each day, and like obviously it's like a lot more. But so that's kind of like why I'm like, I know like people do like our opinions. That's why like that's more, it makes more sense if we do an actual Reddit episode. We probably will do one soon. Like it's actually been, I think it's been lots. It's been a while. And it kind of goes to show as well to our growth that we started it because at first we didn't really know much topics we could talk about, but now we just constantly have topics to talk about. You know, that I like, the last thing I always think about is like like the only time I think about Reddit is when I'm like, I literally think for social media. No, even no, in general, like I'm like Reddit, reading Reddit, social media clips. I never ever think of it as an action episode, and then it's only if I'm like, yo, we need to, like, take for example when we're going to Japan or whatever, and we needed like 4 weeks worth of like content, right? I was like, Reddit episodes, you know, kind of thing. At least
one of them,
you know, exactly, as one of those things. So like, I really never think, and that kind of like, and like maybe some of you guys have been wondering about like that, you know, like maybe like let us know, like if you do like them and want them more, we could probably do a thing where like maybe like every 4 episodes, like at least one in every 4 episodes be Reddit episodes. So like once a month, essentially, we'll do a Reddit episode kind of thing. Like, or if anything, if you guys want it as extra, like, you know, maybe we'll start thinking about making like a Patreon, and then we can add them as like that.
We need more of y'all on board, okay?
Yeah, we need a lot more people to like be interested and invested, like, you know, obviously, but like we want to do what you guys like, but at the same time we also want to do what we know we'll enjoy, and we do enjoy the Reddit episodes. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love talking about those things, like it's saucy as hell. But you know, at the same time, I also don't want it to just be TAE Time Podcast Reddit episodes, like, that's, you know, the thing. Like that's all.
That's the thing. Like, establishing yourself as a podcast versus like a Reddit story podcast.
Yeah, like no offense to like Two Hot Takes, but like,
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I only know them for that.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
I think that's what they marketed themselves as.
Exactly.
And that's like, this is who we are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're still getting sponsorships and lots of money.
They're
winning. They're still winning.
Whereas just I'm here working a job to get
money. The thing is, we just don't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think if we wanted to do that, it'd be so easy to sit down and record a Reddit stories. But that's not what we wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. From the get-go. I never wanted it to be just that. I wanted, like, look, we literally started off with freaking relationships, bro. You know, like, but I really wanted it to just be like tape, bro. Talk about everything, like, you know, like.
So, just really quick, what do you wish we did differently?
Yeah, I definitely do. One, like, thing is, I do wish, kind of like similar to you, where like the social, I really wish we capitalize maximum on the TikTok free video use, but more in the sense of like, I wish we started off with video, right? And the thing is,
like I've said,
like, yeah, but the thing is, in the sense of like, it's a love and hate idea, because I know if we start off with video like this, it would have taken us a lot longer to start, right? And the idea was we just wanted to start, because like that's the thing about anything you want to do. You're better off just starting and then improving as you go, right? Like, I like that we just started and we improved as we went, right? You know, but obviously, like, because like if we had like this setup, like, is not as straightforward as it looks like, guys, for real. Like, so like it would have taken us a little bit of time. Like, we're literally using a freaking iPhone. Like, also, everyone thinks this is an actual camera. I just use an iPhone, by the way, iPhone 13 Pro Max to record all this.
You're doing really good promo for the.
So
I'm sure Apple needs your promo so bad.
Yeah, they totally need it. Pay me. But yeah, obviously I just recorded this, and it would look even better if I record on 4K. The only reason I don't record on 4K is because the file size just shits on my PC when I'm editing on Premiere Pro. That's why I'm going to start editing on the MacBook soon, which will do that better. And then we will have 4K video as well. So like, maybe in case any of you wanted to see us in super high definition, 4K video coming soon, probably within, I don't want to give you a time frame, but probably like a month or two. I just
there's a couple of things going on in our lives right now.
Yeah, like obviously exciting something that we'll announce later. So. Like, some people close to us know, but like, you know, obviously when it happens. You probably see it on my TikTok page. Like, if you want to see.
Because we're started posting too, guys. I don't want to end the episode without talking about some of the downfalls.
We're not anywhere near done, guys. You're still listening to us for at least another 10 minutes.
I want to talk a little bit about what are the downfalls of the podcast. What are some of the negatives that you've experienced?
I generally do not think there's any negatives from the podcast personally from my side, because I don't read the social media comments, so I don't give a shit. I guess the only thing about it is like, not everything is perfect, obviously. Like, we make it look good, but obviously not every episode starts well. Not every episode is as calm and collected as you guys make it seem. Like, sometimes there's fights before the episode, fights after the episode, stuff like that. So I guess that's it adds another layer of another input for us having fights, right? Like, especially like if like, I'll come out and say I'm the best, because I am never in the mood when it comes to the podcast. Nicoletta sometimes will be in the mood, and then I have to like navigate those waters, you know. And
you have to navigate them.
I have to navigate those.
Don't we navigate it as a team?
I have to navigate those waters, you know, to try to calm her down, whatever, you know, kind of thing. But me, I'm always coming in here like relaxed and whatever. I guess like the way I see this is, I see this podcast as a job, but a job that I don't really like care about. Do you get me? So like, I just come in and do my job, talk shit and clock out, you know, kind of thing. So whereas I feel like definitely Nicoletta is definitely a lot, which it shows, like, because she puts in like, don't get me wrong, I put in effort, but she puts in a lot of effort too, and like she takes it a lot more emotionally serious as well. So like, you know, like all that stuff. I'm just here for fun.
Thing. And because I did want to touch on like a negative as well about how even though we're so long into this, there are still times when I'm just not ready. Like, I'm just not ready to be in front of a camera, right? And, like, talk. And you think that, oh, but you've done this for so long. For me, I love I love having a topic and breaking it down and making sure that I know what I'm talking about, simply because it makes my editing after easier. So, for me, if it's like, okay, split it this, my clips are going to be this, right? And when I'm like, okay, Farouk, have you thought about anything today? If I've been really busy. And then he hasn't. And it just puts me in such a bad mood. It's like, why am I taking this mental load right now when you've been arsing around all day?
I'm just chill, guys, honestly.
And the thing, it's good that he's willing to come here and talk about whatever, but I need to have some idea of something.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show, like, our difference in characters and personality. Like, anyone who knows me knows I don't plan anything. I hate preparing things because I feel like I work best when there's a blank slate in front of me and I just get to talk.
Do you know how this sounds though?
You know?
Like I just do all the work and you just show up.
But no. Obviously, like what I say, like don't get me wrong. What I say is like I will decide on a topic, but I'm not the type of person who feels like we need to minute break down the topic.
Yes, but my issue with that as well, I guess, is when I have thoroughly thought of a topic. I don't usually come to Farouk with topics unless I've thought about them. And when I do, and I hear the response of, oh, what are we going to talk about though? That just drives me nuts.
Because I know, like, I'll talk about something.
It drives me nuts because he's like, oh, but what we talk about?
And like, then I get there and I just...
No, because it's not like that. I have to convince you that the topic is worthy by showing you all my notes that I've split it up on, which is really frustrating because it's like, you don't trust me that I come up with a good topic, you know?
I guess for me, it's just more of like, I want to know what I'm more
interested. You do care.
Like, I want to just know, like, what you think about the topic. Like, as in, like, why? I guess it's kind of like one of those things is like, someone comes to you with an idea being like, yo, I think it's a good idea. And I'm like, all right, cool. Tell me why it's a good idea.
No, because,
like, I guess that's how I see it.
But my issue is, you claim that you can come in here and talk about anything, but then you counteract that by, you know, challenging me when I come to you with a topic.
But I feel like that's just how I am as a person. Like, when someone comes to me with anything, I'm just like, okay, now tell me why.
You need to stop that because it's...
Everyone else ain't complaining.
Because it's just me. What do you possibly mean?
Nah, like, you know,
So that's definitely like one downside that we're still navigating. You know, it's not perfect, like Farouk said, behind the cameras. It's
obviously, like, but that's anything in life. Nothing's ever clean and gone. Obviously, like, this could ever also be your last episode. Who knows? Like, nigga can blow off the next day and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's
Goodbye.
like, whatever. You know, like I'm willing to do this no matter what. Like, but she has regulations and rules.
There should always be some sort of rules. And not like rules like that, like boundaries, but like
I'm free willy-nilly, bro.
Anyways, another downfall for me, it's been the wall that we hit on our social media platforms because it was such happy sailing. And then the thing is, you know that you're going to hit a downfall. You know that because I've experienced that on my own page. Like, I knew it was going to happen, right? The thing is, it went on for months.
It's still going on.
It's still going on. There's been some spurts recently because we took a break. Like I felt like that break was so needed because it was so mentally tasking to constantly post stuff and not get the interaction that you wish it did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when it's like, okay, we've come so far, we're still putting out such good clips, and it feels like we're not being rewarded, right? So it's like, how are you gonna have like 50,000 people following you, but then such a small percentage seeing them and an even smaller percentage interacting with them? So it's definitely been like a challenging few months because it's gone on for a very long time.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is one of those things that's been... Me, I'm just like, honestly, like, whether you like it or not, I'm going to keep doing this.
Oh, we're still going to do it, but
like,
it's the clips part.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of effort there.
You know, like, it's like you're putting in work and then you're not seeing the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. And then you see other people put up, like, them dancing for 2 seconds and it's just...
renegade and whatever. And then it's like going through. But yeah, no, obviously that is one of those things. But... to look onto the bright side, what is your hope and your goal for like the next quote unquote 100 episodes of TAE Time,
Oh my God.
what do you see?
That's insane, right?
Or hope for it to be happening by the time we read episode 200?
I hope to still continue doing this weekly at a constant rate of weekly episodes like we have been.
Makes sense.
Consistency always. I hope to see some growth on our platforms.
In my bank account.
I don't really care about the money.
Actually,
I know Farouk is very money driven, but for me, it's like it's important to see more people interact with our hard work and see the value in what we bring to the table. Maybe there is no value for others, but there's definitely some for some. And I hope to see a lot more guests on. We've had more guests. You guys have seen them. We had Fiona, we had Pula, we had what do we have recently?
We had everybody on.
We had a lot of people on. We had a lot of our friends on. So I would like to see a little bit more collaboration with others. We've been reaching out to some creators. Some have responded, some have not. Like, it is what it is. But, like, it would be nice to get more people on.
Yeah.
So that's my goals. How about you?
You know what my clear goal is? I see this as a job, clock in, clock out. I just chat shit for God knows amount of time. Edit it, do whatever, pop it off. And I want to get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get paid. I want to get paid lots of money for it. And to be honest, like, I say that, but, like, even if I got paid for this, I probably still do my own job.
100%.
Like, double up. But yeah, I definitely want to get paid for it, and then obviously get to a point like where if we could do this full time from anywhere, that'd be sick to me. Because as I said, I do like traveling, exploring, so it'd be pretty cool to
you literally just work remotely for some company anyway.
Yeah, you know, like
you could never leave a job though.
Yeah,
this works like that's double money.
Yeah, let me not lie. So, like, I love money, and everyone who watches this by now knows I love money. But so, like, if we could start getting paid for this, that'd be so lang. Like, another stream of income, so nice. And, like, because, like, I don't give a shit about the clout that comes with the thing. I just want the money that comes with it. I don't really care about being famous. I don't care about people knowing who I am. Like, you know, like, we do get recognized. Don't get us wrong. Like there are random times, like, I'll be down in Dublin, people are like, oh, you're from the guy from there, and I'm like, oh, cool. I don't care about that. Like, it's nice to see people and stuff like that, but I don't care. Like, when I say I don't care about it, it's not I don't care about people recognizing me. I don't want to be recognized. I don't feel the need to be like, oh my God, they know my name. Oh my God, that makes me feel so good. Like, social currency does nothing for me. Actual currency fills my pockets.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. Know, I don't think when I said I want to build our audience, it's because I want people to actually care what we talk about, not like a fame thing.
Yeah,
it's like I want you to interact with me as a friend.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I don't really like care more about the social currency, like, and I think that's definitely very helpful because, like, I think people who do care about that, it definitely, like, times like this definitely will eat up into them. They're like, oh my God, like, whatever, you know, stuff like that, and like not seeing that growth.
And then you quit.
You quit. Like, I really don't care about the social currency. Like, obviously the real currency is nice, you know, like, but obviously I'm not like, don't get me wrong, I'm money driven, but I'm not so money driven that, like, because I haven't made any money from this show in like 100 episodes or even 200 episodes, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to keep doing it as much as long as whatever, because I just enjoy it. It's just an added incentive. You get me? Like a thing that's like, yo, that's extra money, you know, for me to do whatever with. And obviously, like, let's be honest, you should know us by now. Any money that we initially make off this podcast, like, we've been putting our own money. I've been putting my own money.
No, we both have.
No,
equally.
I'm joking.
Every single thing we've paid half for everything.
Yeah, like we've been putting a lot of our money into this podcast, you know, kind of thing. So, like, obviously, like, it's not a situation, like, it's literally been a negative investment. Like, we have it's a depreciating asset. Like, we have never made money off this, you know, like, so, like, obviously we're never going to stop just because we're not making money. But obviously, if we make money, I think it would increase the quality. Like, obviously, if this was something that became our full-time job, we'd have a studio where we do this. We have a sound guy, and like talk to the sound guy too, like, you know, be like, yo, wag on Joey, you know, like, whatever, pull that up, you know, kind of thing.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you know, kind of thing, and like talk and have a laugh, and then, like, obviously, like, it makes it more entertaining, like, because with more money means we can do more. Like, I think I said it before, and I've said it to Nicola, but I don't know, I've said it, like, I have a whole plan for TAE Time Entertainment, you know, like if this was my full-time job, we would get lots of content out there. We'd have multiple shows, I'd stream, I'd do all these things, like, obviously, like, I'd make it, like, I wouldn't just, like, get your money and be chilling, you know, like, I'd get the money and actually do more, you know, like, I think it would enable me to do more creative stuff, because that is one thing, like jobs, like, don't get me wrong, I have a pretty cushy job. I'm a software engineer that's fully remote. I can literally work from anywhere. I get paid whatever. But at the same time, it's not a fully like, it's creative, don't get me wrong. Engineering, I always say, is a creative field, but it's not like camera creative or any other. It's a different form of creation. So I'd like to do both. You know, I like, that's why I said, like, as Nick said, I'd probably do both jobs. Not even just because I like money, just because I do like doing engineering creation, but also like camera creation and stuff like that. So like, I know that's a long-winded answer or whatever, but like, that is how I feel, and that's what I would like in our next 100 episodes, that we are making some form of a standard living. Not even, I don't want, like, I'm not even saying let me be rich. I just give me bare peas, like, just something, like, minimum wage, bro. Something. Give me minimum wage for the podcast.
I think I can see us do this for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it's entertaining. Like, yeah, I can definitely see it. And then, like, I can definitely see if in the very, very future we have kids and stuff, we would bring them on. I find that very cute and a very cute idea. So
yeah, I'd have to just make sure they don't touch the freaking mics.
Like their mama.
Be like, and it's like,
no, it's like Zeth and his daughter. Where's their
Sailor
mic? Is that the top?
They use I never see it. Seems like a boom mic, but I think they also have the clip-on mic.
Oh, okay.
You know. So she's which makes
cute,
it Sailor is pretty fun. It's very cute, and Zeth and Sailor are very cute. I like that one. I never listened to the full podcast, but the clips are great. Yeah. So definitely something like that. But yeah, I know. Obviously, like, that's us. You know, for the last 100 episodes. Let us know what you think. If you've been to day one, let us know what your thoughts on the last 100 episodes are. Let us know what your hopes and dreams for the next 100 episodes are. Let us know if you want us to do more Reddit stories. Like, as I said, if you guys want us to do it like once a month, like once every 4 episodes, we'll do it. Like, that gives me a free week, bro. All I have to do is react. And then, so less work, technically. Technically, I get like half a week off.
It's me that gets the day off.
You know, but yeah, no.
Also, it's not, because I'm the one that has to research the stories and save them and make sure I have the right stories.
Hey, I get stories too, bro.
Anyways.
Except I'm not as nitpicky. I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Screenshot to send. And, well, yeah, so let us know what you think. We hope you've enjoyed not just this episode, but the last 100 episodes of TAE Time Podcast.
99.
You know, no, 100 including this.
Said like, this one.
Yes. Oh my God. All 100 episodes of TAE Time Podcast. Yes. We really, honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, truly do appreciate you guys being here with us. Everyone new, old, everyone, because you guys have been here. Like, and like, with this, literally, I hate saying this because it's so sloppy, but it literally wouldn't be possible without any of you guys, you know, like, obviously.
Actually, it would be possible.
So, like, no, but you know what I mean? Very much as in, like, there's a bunch of people listening that makes us who we are. It's not just, like, 2 people talking to the nether, you know, like, where we actually have people responding, talking, and so interested.
Thank you guys for every single like, every single
comment, every share.
Whole interaction. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if you've ever met us in person, like a friend, and you've said, oh my God, like, you guys are doing great, that means a lot. It does, it really does, you know what honestly. I mean? So not to get soppy or anything, but
thank you very much.
Yeah, like Farouk said, hope you guys enjoyed all these episodes and continue to ride the wave with us.
We'll see how it goes in the next 100 episodes.
Yeah, don't forget
maybe you know what, I'm calling it right now. If we have a lot of money by the episode 200, we're going to do that episode on a yacht. I've said it now. If we have money, we're doing episode 200 on a yacht, straight from a yacht, live with mics, chilling in the sun.
Maybe so windy.
Maybe with our friends. No, like, it has to be chilling, like, and then we record it, like, obviously. So if you want to see that,
I might get seasick.
Keep pushing, you know. And we'll have some of our friends there as well. We'll get those, like, you know, wireless mics and do that. Like, it'd be pretty cool.
It wouldn't even be like a podcast. It would just be like a YouTube video.
Like, yeah, just like a chilling episode. That'll be the 200 episode special. Yeah. There we go. In 2 more years. That's if we make
money, guys.
That's if we make money. So start sharing more.
All right. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the good stuff.
All right.
Till next time.
Peace.